And the player introductions are wrapped. Just about ready to get this one started. Welcome to the NBA2K20. So glad you could join us on this. This is Kevin Hurley along with Greg Anthony and Greg David. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know.
And I think for Sacramento, they've got their sights set pretty darn high right now. After what they've done this season, their goal is nothing short of a title.
A massive amount of confidence, tremendous swagger with this team. They believe in themselves. That might be all it takes to get them where they want to go.
Well, look, this man is opening lineup. Well, you heard her make up the best. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And Goodman hit the pivot spot man in the middle. And for the Kings, Barnes and Bagley the duo at the 4. Prophet is out there at Fox. And it's Holmes in at the 5. And in this one, two prolific offenses, Brent, going head-to-head. What was the best offensive team you ever played for?
Well, the most fun I had, Kevin, and enjoyed the most was in Seattle for the Supersonics. Now we're going to have to explain to some of the kids who that is. But I think the most efficient and the most programmed offense certainly was in San Antonio for Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs, having the anchor Tim Duncan down on the block.
The Seattle Supersonics has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? And the clock. Here's Barnes. Bagley trying to free himself up. Barnes can't get it to go. So for the Kings, their last game, a win against Memphis. Here's Young. From out of the way, he knocks it down. Young's got the first points of the night for the Hawks.
All about getting into a rhythm as a shooter. And Trae Young finds his. He's pretty fine at taking those shots.
Here's the Prophet. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. And stolen by Hunter. It's stolen by Bagley. Barnes passes to the Prophet. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely.
That's as sweet as you're going to get it. Fluid motion, great lift, rolls right off the fingertips.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, earlier I spoke with Lloyd Pierce. We talked about their strategy for contending De'Aaron Fox, and Coach said he's at his best in the open floor. We got to retreat on the release, try to limit his chances out on the break. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Shot clock at 2. Dedmon finds Young. Off target from outside. Here's Sacramento. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
And they don't want a repeat of what happened last year here. They know this is an opponent they can handle, and they don't want to give away anything like they did last year.
He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And Herder gets it to go.
Herder never shy to let that one go. Just enough room on the catch and shoot.
Fox gets to Barnes. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. It's good.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Hawks are gone. 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Young against Fox. Young drives in. It's hauled in by the Kings. Keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And you've got to love a team that can maintain its composure on the road. Take good shots and knock them down with confidence.
Whoa, hammering it in. first, about 3 minutes in. Pass to Herter. Fires the three. Off to the new shot clock. Collins passes it to Dedmon. And Dedmon throws it down.
Big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft grade, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
And now a glance at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's top assist men over the past 10 games. Look at the Prophet, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Fox. Off to a good start as he gets his first shot attempt.
Well, Fox, not a jump shooter, just doing a great job of mixing it up offensively now.
Fox against Young. Takes a three. He can't get it to go. And the Kings going the other way.
One player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Pass to Herter. Passes it to Hunter. Back to Herter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Such a wide open look. Herter's got 5 points so far.
Shot preparation is fantastic as Herter's able to get his feet set that time.
Barnes outside. Here's the Prophet. There aren't many players who can squirt the volume he has and make it look as easy as he does every game. He averages more than 36 points a game.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. They trail by 3. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of
Play edge. That said, though, they were just overmatched.
Tough thing about that one is they also were playing a poor opponent, so no fire in that game. And that sticks with you a little bit.
Kings leading now by 3. And here is Fox. He's another guy who had a stellar performance in the win against Memphis. And the 3 ball is good.
Keeps working hard on this 3-point shot, trying to make it a lot more consistent part of his attack is De'Aaron Fox.
Here's Collins, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
John Collins, an amazing young talent in this league, one of the best run and jump athletes that we have at that position. So fluid out there, gets out in transition, and that's where this Hawks team can really show its young talent.
Take break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And it's that quick second and third jump capability for Collins, Brent, that really stands out.
Makes you really tough to box out. You understand not only where your teammate's shot might miss, but your own shot on the inside. And John Collins can read where it's coming off the rim, get to the ball, get right back up and score.
And he can't hit the second.
John Collins, the 19th pick to the Atlanta Hawks back in the 2017 draft. A lot of people feeling like he's a steal because of the progress he's made in these short 2 seasons.
Here's Young. Atlanta again missing.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. The Hawks trail by 7. Missed inside.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Here's the Prophet. Holmes passes to the Prophet. Here's Fox. Bagley trying to free himself up. Fox, no good. Young in the corner for the 3. Drills it from outside. Young's got 5 now.
This is Trae Young's game right there. Rise, fire, and these shots are helping out the offense.
Here's the Prophet. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
There's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Young against Fox. Young left side. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. The Prophet's got his 4th rebound in this one.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
With Samart, he takes it up and lays it in. 8 points for him.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard him and where your point of commitment is.
Young against Fox. Young passes to Herter. The feed to Collins. No good that time. Great feed that time from Bagley.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Nobody near Barnes. Trains it from beyond the arc. And now it's an 11-point Sacramento lead. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 from 3-point land here in the first quarter. Here's Herter. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State. Knocked away. Out of bounds. Atlanta takes possession. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Bagley.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. You've seen a lot of teams over your time that have been terrific starting a season, then just fall apart second half of the season.
Have you seen it, Kevin, happen with teams that have really good veteran players? I've seen it with young teams.
Yeah, unravel. I mean, it's painful to watch. None come to mind, but I'm sure you could start to find teams that are 10 wins below one half of the season. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The Prophet passes to... Here's the Prophet. Done covering. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game. Here's Young. 23 points for him the last game against Golden State. On the court right now for the Hawks is Reddish and Hunter teaming up at the forward spot. Trae Young is out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Dedmon in at the 5 spot. Poked loose. Pocket 6. Holmes with the steal. Here's the Prophet, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was short, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Dunn passes to Reddish. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Yep, that one goes.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That is his first foul of the game. Kevin Herter, he's checked in for Chris Dunn. Here's the Prophet. He's got 12. Here's Bagley. It's Dedmon with the rebound.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And there, just through activity, Hunter keeps the pressure on the defense. Well, they've been striving towards it for years now, and the Kings are finally one of the premier up-tempo teams.
Well, it works for them when you have a guy like De'Aaron Fox out there to blast off on any possession. You surround them with great shooters in Bogdanovich and Hield. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense on a nightly basis throughout the course of a regular season.
The free throw drops for Hunter.
An athletic forward with a versatile skill set. Hunter has also proven he can come up big in big moments.
Barnes, who's checked in for Bielitsa. Both shots good from the stripe. Brett, we're talking about home court advantage. Do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Here's Young.
Coming together nicely on the defensive end.
Plus 8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And Young kicks to Reddish. The pass to Herter. Pass to Hunter. High, arcing shot. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Bagley. And so Fox will bring it up for the Kings. Passes it to the Prophet. Reddish with the double team. And here's Barnes for 3. The offensive rebound. Holmes. And he converts the layup. Holmes got his first points of the night.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Now, here is Young. He's got 5. Looking to get it going. Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got 5 rebounds tonight. A pass to Fox. stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter. So. And Herter gets it to go.
Good at getting into a rhythm and riding these kind of shots to establish his offensive confidence as Kevin Herter.
Here's the Prophet. He's got 12. Outside, Fox. Hits it from three-point range. Fox has got 12 points in the game.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Here's Atlanta. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. That will be the third of the 6-game road trip. Now, Reddish. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Bagley with the block.
Bagley timing that one well and intimidating.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And the officials call it for a 3-second violation. What a recent stretch it's been for these players. They're the NBA's leading scorers over the last 10 games. Look at the Prophet, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
Quite a role he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Some changes here for the Kings. Harry Giles is checked in for Rashawn Holmes. And it's Buddy Hield in for Harrison Barnes. Atlanta shooting just 26% out there. A terrible showing from an offense capable of much better. Here's Herter. He's got 7. They kick out to Young. There's the pass to Reddish. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
Fox passes to Giles. Here's the Prophet. To the inside. Here's Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
Pretty easy for Marvin to get up like that.
5 points in the game. Shoots the 3. Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got 7 rebounds in the game. Throws it up high. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. A floater, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the Sacramento Kings get called for the foul.
Herter showed some great progress in his first year and now showing how much more comfortable he is.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots. First one falls for him. Got the number of trades now starting to involve stars. Feels like
you can't even do that anymore. So you get a guy for a couple years. What he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Shot up 2 there.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Here's the Prophet. He's got 12. Here's Hield. To the wing right side. Fox passes to the prop. And Young comes over to help. Giant. And that one is stuck right through.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Young dishes to Hunter. That's to Herter. It's up a three. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
Still trying to calibrate right now because he had 1-3 in the first quarter, but nothing since.
Fox passes to Bagley. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. That's now 8 points for Marvin Bagley.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. Passes it to Dedmon. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brady's bounced around, but late bloomer Dwayne Dedmon making impressive strides in his game.
Yeah, you think about going from a 10-day contract to having a ton of starts as a center. This guy is very skilled, Dedmon, and the ability to go out and shoot the basketball, I think, has raised the most eyebrows about what he can do for your team offensively.
Shoot 2.
And he makes the first.
Well, from the D-League to...
And so it's the Sacramento Kings rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Harrison's shots definitely falling in the first half. How did you guys get it going?
Just us playing off each other, trying to get to the basket, trying to work it around. When there's balance scoring like we have tonight, everyone tries to feed off each other.
Strength in numbers, right? Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. De'Aaron Fox was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points and 1 assist. What'd you think about Sacramento, Ken?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their benches provide. They've got this league mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Well, it's no wonder they're getting blown out. No energy, no fight in the rebound battle. Ernie, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up starting now, or it's going to be impossible to come back. That's the Pythagorean theorem times 50, times 100, times 50, times 10. Impossible to figure out, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Without question, De'Aaron Fox displaying his skills today.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with a step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Barnes and Bagley, the duo with the forward. Profit is out there at Fox, and it's Holmes in at the center. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. And they pick up 2. 11 points for Trae Young.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
Outside, Fox. Over Collins. And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got 14 points.
Continuing to expand his offensive game. Fox off to a good start.
Down low, here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Fox looking it over. Count that as his 7th field goal, and now he drops. He's shooting 78%.
So shifty. Fox gets in there anytime he wants to.
Here's Young. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Bagley. By himself, and it's Barnes shooting it down.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
In the corner, Herter with it. Got 3 off the mark.
Yeah, they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
And a quick review, looking at some numbers here for Marvin Bagley III. 6th in blocks, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. That's why he's a top 10 shot blocker. Holmes finds Barnes. Five to shoot. There's the triple.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be having 3 of 4 to start it off.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Young. Here's Collins. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Collins has got 4 points this quarter. Here's the Prophet. He's got 12. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Well, some more of the reach effect of Dedmon, the way he times that one. Impressive shot blocking ability. For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Here's the Prophet. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Herter. Back to Young. From downtown. And no good that time. And Sacramento will go the other way with it.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. To the paint, deflects the pass. And now Sacramento on the break. Fox leading the charge and finished off by Bagley.
Well, Bagley can really get up and extend.
Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And there's the pass to Herter. Outside Collins. Pass to Herter. 5 on the clock. Sacramento grabs the miss. The Bravits got 6 rebounds here tonight. Inside. Collins grabs the miss. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. And here is Hunter. He's got 5. Good D by Barnes.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And it's off from three-point range. Hawks have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. One-on-one fast break. And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got 6 here in this quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Young pass to Herter. Right side, Collins. Now, here's Fox. He's got 18. Pass it to the prop. But 3. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got 8 rebounds in this game. Young for 3. Carries it from three-point range. Young's got 14 points.
Well, that equals his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
Outside, Fox. And the pass to the prop. Teardrop shot. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. 16 points for the Prophet.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now Young. He's got 14. And easy 2 points on the lane. He's got 16.
You just can't take Trae Young lightly from anywhere on the floor. These kind of shots will help him get into a rhythm.
Fox with it. He's a nice option for them offensively. He's averaging more than 17 points a game. Outside, Bagley. Shot clock at 5. Barnes against Young. Barnes can't get it to go.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Herter passes to Hunter. Here's Herter. He's got 9. Young for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Kings have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. And Brent, many consider Trae Young the first product of the Steph Curry generation. He grew up in the age of the three-point shot.
I think that's pretty fair. He said he recorded all of Steph Curry's games. He studied them and tried to see where Steph was gaining some advantage. And that balance of his shooting and his playmaking, then moving without the ball, you can see all of those sort of attributes that are coming out of Trae Young, courtesy of Steph Curry.
And that one's good, Hunter.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. A nice bucket there.
And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got 20.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Atlanta's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Atlanta calls timeout. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant, would play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden.
Hawks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And so in the game for the Hawks, Reddish and Collins at the small forward and power forward. Young and Herter make up the back. And it's Dedmon into the 5, roaming the paint. Kings have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Parker up top, defended by Young. Well, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, to have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I've got to do it at home, and so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice at times.
I always thought you were terrific with them.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. Maybe that's how I got this job.
Clock at 4. Here's Benbury. Second chance shot, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Oh boy, the touch is coming back here in the second half. Percentages from the field much better than it was at the break.
On the free throw, no good. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's the Prophet. He's covered by Matthews.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Hawks on D. And it's Barnes stacking it down.
So Barnes making that dunk look really easy.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Fox against Young. Out to the wing. Outside Matthews. The dish to Young. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. That shot off the mark. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. To the left side wing. Here's Soto. It's good from long range.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. So look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Brentwood constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
It's incredible to say that, right?
It is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I was thought about Jordan too, right? I mean,
yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can.
Drills the three-pointer. The Prophets got 19 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Young against Fox. Fox with the steal. And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Atlanta's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Young passes to Benbury. It's Young on the wing, guarded by Fox. And now Sacramento on the break. Here's Soto. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, their energy level's been amazing. Battery bar still full, hustling and still working hard out there.
Outside Collins. He dishes it to Matthews. Just 5 to shoot. They need this. And the rejection by Holmes. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Sacramento's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Here's Fox. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Finding more and more ways as De'Aaron Fox to score the basketball. That time gets contact.
A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Will Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Will Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with the three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players too that also, because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely. With the openness of the floor,
yes.
What Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Next, and they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Pass to Collins. Low, guarded by Holmes. Low, the pass to Matthews, and the layup falls. Matthews has got his first bucket of the night.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
It's not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
When it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what we're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Young comes over to help. to the middle. That one drops for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Young. Pass to Lowe. The Hawks working the ball around. Matthews passes to Lowe. Six to shoot. Back to Matthews. The Hawks again can't hit. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the Kings. Pass to Soap. Banked in off the glass.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Atlanta's shooting in the fourth quarter not pretty, down around 29%. Young taking his time here. Down low. The pass to Lowe. Looking to end the run. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. Bielitsa, who checks in for his shot hole. Allen's checked in for Atlanta. Sacramento's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better? They're on the floor long.
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need, and need to be complete as people.
To the paint. Here's McDermott, and finished off by McDermott.
Well, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
They double him with Matthews. The Prophet passes to Bielitsa. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Atlanta's shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Allen against Fox. Pass to Matthew. A 3-ball. Rebound by the Kings.
He's having a tough quarter scoring the basketball, unable to help them close this gap.
Here's the Prophet. He's covered by Matthews. And another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammate.
And here is Allen. Inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, reseeding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Mm-hmm. The first one falls, and the Kings making a change here. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Sacramento's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Over to the left wing. Here's the Prophet. From outside, off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Matthews, no good.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Defended by Allen. Rebound by the Hawks. To the inside. And finished off by McDermott.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
And it's the Kings with the ball. There's the lob to the hoop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Right side Matthews. And there's McDermott. That's good on the assist by Matthews. And that's now 6 points for Doug McDermott. They double him with Matthews. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yeah,
so sign me up for that.
Courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted, and I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about the optics of the game. And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. There's 45 seconds left in the game. 4 on the shot clock. The Prophet takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And once they smell blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Now here's Allen. Pass to Matthews. Here's Lowe. And he gets it to go.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
And Sacramento has possession. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Passes it to the Prophet. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Tonight, you could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Now here's Matthews. Tight defense on him. McDermott finds Matthews. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting you've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. See you next time.